Yes, coming back, but this time there'll be another different topic than the one I just came up with earlier. Stama will be talking about art in general, and there's a lot of misunderstandings about how to make art in general. Um, we know that art just started from nobody knows. History is so, lashing its roots back uh, in a human existence on this earth. So the art could be any action, could be anything that you can give it meaning, an observation, a deep meaning, and has a deep or just a superficial impact on society. Some people would say this impact is the result of art. Some people would stand before a piece of art and they just feel themselves like they are inside that painting, and they will just travel there, goosebumps, sometimes shedding some tears. Art is, in general, is just like the way we want to live, a certain way of life for some people, and some people have to just share it with others. But there's like benchmarks and a bunch of communications that should be installed before we just lash out art in galleries or in any other things. Some other people would say, you know what, this is not as important as the action itself. So you just stay by yourself and you say, you know what, I'm gonna just make art and start with a stick and go randomly. For me, will be like something that makes sense at a certain extent, just because um, you did something, you produced something, no matter what it is. It could be good, it could be bad, but it is a production. So that's what we can start with, not just being subjective and encouraging the person to move forward or something. But the brains are totally different. The way they act in on paper or on canvas. So we start with just a simple thesis. I'll put it this way. Some people will probably have like two people. Okay, just to for the people to understand what I'm coming from. So one of them will say, you know what, I'm gonna get into that school of art. I'm gonna learn the nuts and bolts of it, and then I will come up with a production that would be mine. Down the road, he might be regretting that or not. So belonging to a certain school, so that taught him how to move with art and how to maintain the basics academia, which I respect a lot, to how to make faces, how to make eyes, and who is he in this society, in this school. So he will be more like anchored in the habits of what he has been taught in this school. And then whenever he starts the first stake, people will know that he belongs to a certain model or a certain I would say culture of a certain school. This is the first example for an artist. He can become an artist, and don't you forget that the school of architecture was linked to school of art just because of uh, realistic perspective to understand and to see the world and in a very very I would say visionary sometimes um, constructions and shapes. But art is not going to stop here. Art is something indefinite, it's something borderless. We can find some artists who are not revealed, don't shy, or I don't know, they don't want to reveal themselves, but they can be accepted. Or we cannot say that we're being accepted. How can we be accepted on a thing that we never agreed with, and we did not agree with from the beginning? Who is an artist? What does it take to be an artist? What's the meaning of somebody artist who is artist and somebody who is not. Probably you're an artist in your kitchen. Probably you're an artist in your way of walking, your way of wearing clothes, your outfit, your style. Um, Probably you're an artist on way of talking or of giving speeches, uh, the way of convincing. This is the art of mastering or maintaining something in its context and working on it in a very good way, very comprehensive way, which is very important. And people will receive the message. This is art of giving somehow. This is one part. That means someone will go to school of art and will make pieces according to what he has been taught. But sometimes we can see that person is more like technical thing. That person is not more like devoted in giving a piece of his heart or giving a piece of his intention, deep soul, to make his art, to give his art more feelings. We have seen that. So those are more like technical than real artists. On the other hand, we can find someone who just started painting, started experimenting things, looking at footages here and there, and feeling through the observation that he just accumulate, you know, all over those his years or his months or whatever, and then boom, one day he will just try to give this expression through on a canvas. Some people would just select this kind of art as naive art. I'm not pretty. I don't agree much about that at the extent where I would say, you know what, naive art is more like expressionist. You can see the people, can see the houses, you can see everything. But what if someone will just engage in abstract art, which is more complicated and which is very hard to determine the critics of it and the technique? So this person just came up with like a bunch of structures and the colors. And then he said, you know what? I'm gonna make something out of that because I love to play with that. And he started just mixing things and working on things, experimenting in his garage, just like I do. Uh, One thing leads to another, and then boom, there is something that he's satisfied with. We show it to people, and people will agree and they will love it. They don't know why they love it, but they will just love it for the site, and they wonder if he can sell it to them, and that's classified as what? Some people would say, you know what, this is luck, and somebody is just gifted, and he can do things, and there are some people who are not gifted, so they have to go through school and they get instructed more and better. I would not agree one more time about that just because I think that everybody can be an artist. The doors are open. We're humans. We have brains. We have feelings. We have hearts. We have words. So, with all that, we can build something that is in already built in us as humans. And you know that the soul and the heart and all those things that we don't see, if we can just, I would say, get inside. That's the expression that I lost. Get inside, and then try to extrapolate what we have inside. I think lots of people will be surprised about themselves. So for me, and to finish, I think everybody can just take a piece of canvas and take a brush, or will just proceed in any which way he wants, with his fingers, with his toes, with his nosy, with his bird, anything that could really come up with shape, because the shapes and the colors in the world are endless. So you can just end up creating something that nobody have seen before, and this is what the people are looking for: something innovative, something new, something that will probably make a lot of people happy. So art is not like science moving forward with exactitudes and with numbers, where we can end up, somewhere. It's good for society as well, but art is that dream that comes to give a break to the working class, to the working people, to the realistic life that we're living in, with all its rude, I would say, minutes and hours, hanging, living. Sometimes we would just say, you know what, I've spent a rough day. I need to take some rest. And this rest would be probably in looking at one of those artistic colored shapes, where you can just see feel your soul just coming down a little bit with a shred of meditation. That's all you need, and that's, a coffee or a good drink, and why not, just to wash out the day, and to just like make a difference between what you were doing and what how you how you are relaxing. Some people will hit the bar, and some people will hit the mosque, and some people will hit anywhere, but some other people will hit the gallery and take a look at some beautiful things. And I think we should do that often. It is very, very important, and it is very healthy. That's for sure. Thank you very much for listening, and I will come up with other ideas about art and about artists, and see you soon. Thank you.